Hi everyone, it's Don, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, with the Ovation of the Seas inaugural sailing now into Alaska this year, a lot of people are asking me what my thoughts are on the ship. What is there to do? Is it a good place for Alaska? What are the drawbacks? What are the fun things? So, yeah, all right. I'll let you know how I feel about the Ovation of the Seas right after this. The Ovation of the Seas is a Quantum class ship, and it at one point was the largest cruise ship in the world until Norwegian outdid themselves with the Oasis class after that. So this is one of the largest ships you can sail going to Alaska currently. She was originally in Asia, and they refitted her, put another $100 million into refitting the ship, and it's now doing North America and Alaska. They basically moved the ship over here because they have new ships being built that are going to go to China. They've added some specific things for Chinese market and Japanese market, and they're building it on the new ship like the Spectrum of the Seas coming up. This, however, is a question for Alaska. Is larger better? And a lot of people are debating this. They like the idea of more balconies. And of course, the larger ships will have more balconies. And one of the great things is about the Ovation of the Seas, of course, Royal Caribbean has some great suites. If you can afford the Royal Loft Suite with the double floored windows, that's going to be the best views you're going to get in Alaska, period. But even their inside cabins, most of them have the virtual balconies inside. So even if you're on an inside, you still get the views of Alaska. So that's actually quite a nice little feature for this class of ship. Another good thing is they do have a covered pool area, plus they have the solarium, which is covered as well. So there's plenty of places indoors to get away from cold or bad weather if you hit any of that, and you can still relax by a pool in relatively nice temperature. So there's a plus. And of course, Quantum class ship has so many things to do. They have the sky pad, they have the surf simulator. Now, when I first saw this and I saw somebody surfing in Alaska in a wetsuit, and I said to myself, I don't think I would do that. That looks freezing cold. But the more I think about looking out the back of the ship, going through the inside passage on the cruise ship and being able to surf in the back, I think I could probably be talked into that. Knock that off with they have all the other amenities that you have on the ship, the DreamWorks entertainment, they have the huge outdoor screen TV, if you will. They have numerous bars. You can relax by the Sky Bar near the pool. You can head down to the Schooners Bar, and don't forget to try and check out the Bionic Bar while you're there, just for something different. Order a drink through robots, just for the fun of it. Why not? They also have that long concourse for shopping. You can find almost everything from cheap souvenirs and t-shirts up to huge high-end expensive one-of-a-kind jewelry pieces and purses and perfumes and duty-free alcohol. You name it, you can find basically almost anything that you'd find on any other ship. They just have a huge shopping concourse. They have this huge sportsplex where you can play basketball, huge pickup games. They have roller skating during the day at certain times, and they have bumper cars set up besides that. So if you're thinking about a ship with things to do for the whole family, this is pretty much a really good choice. As far as entertainment is concerned, they have the 270 theater on the back, which is really unique. It's kind of like a bar setup where you have tables and loungers, and they have movable screens and multiple points of entry from the ground and up in the ceiling, and acrobatics will drop down, and it's a huge production, and it truly brings a whole new atmosphere to an entertainment system. It's not just watching a show. It's almost like the show is surrounding you. It's really a visual experience, and I highly recommend seeing it for sure. Right now, I think they have two shows going on Royal Caribbean. I think one is called The Dream, and one is Live Love Legs or Love Live Legs. Basically, it's a throwback to the old Las Vegas showgirls type routine and vaudeville acts. And there's some more Cirque du Soleil stuff going on in there with acrobats and stuff. But it does have the big costumes and the showgirl dancing routines and synchronized dancing. So yeah, it is quite entertaining. They are very good shows, so I highly recommend taking in the shows. Don't skip them. Even if the picture looks like something you might not like, chances are when you get there, the picture didn't do it justice. Now, on this size of cruise ship, the main dining lounges can get very overwhelmed at peak times, and sometimes the quality of the food will suffer on this. So it's not going to be gourmet food in the main dining. It's going to be acceptable food. Don't go in expecting, specialty restaurant steaks in the main dining. It doesn't happen that way. They're supplying food for 5,000 people. If you want that kind of experience, check out some of the specialty dining that they have on board. And of course, that's always in every ship where the better food is, no matter what ship you really go on. Of course, you have Chops Grill for a really good steak, and that's one of the most popular ones on board the Ovation. Another one, of course, is Jamie Oliver's. If you don't know him, then you don't watch any cooking shows, but Jamie Oliver's will bring out a good Italian meal. If you're looking for some Italian food, he's a world-renowned chef, and he's exclusive to Royal Caribbean, and so some of his dishes are uniquely designed only for Royal Caribbean. Another popular one that you don't see on a lot of ships is the Bistros hot pot. And basically think of this almost as a fondue area where they bring out the boiling pots and all the food that you order, and you basically sit, have a nice relaxing meal, and you dip the food in, picking what you want off the plate and cooking it. It's kind of like a family feast area, talking on a cruise ship and chatting with the people you're with. That is more for people who are in a group than, say, a couple going by themselves. If you're a family or a group of friends of 6 or 8, doing that is a lot of fun. If you're looking for the best of the best specialty dining, you have to try out the chef's table. Of course, the chef goes all out with these. They're paired with a wine pairing. You're secluded off a little bit by yourselves on a big long table, and you're served by the head chef of the ship himself and the head maitre d' as well. And they really do look after you. They do this on quite a few cruise lines, and I've yet to have a really bad experience on any of them, so I don't doubt that the Ovation of the Seas, even though she's moved over since I've last been on her, is any different. Royal Caribbean does their specialty dining very, very well, and I imagine that chef's table, just the different flavors they bring out, it's something completely unique, and you will try food that you've never tried before. And in my mind, when I do it, I'm always, I don't think I'm good. And I've liked everything I've tried because they make it specially for you. It's not mass produced like everything else. Even in a specialty restaurant, they make it for you, but there's still like 40 people in that restaurant with you. The chef's table, there's 10 to 12 of you, and it's all cooked by the chef for you. Another plus they have is the North Star, which is that big, basically bubble in the sky that they can raise up another 130 feet in the air, and it gives you a 360-degree view of whatever surrounding area you are in. So if you're lucky enough and on the inside passage, or if you're in the Glacier Bay and you're lucky enough to be able to schedule that up there, that is absolutely the best views you will ever get, other than being in a plane 10 feet or a helicopter 10 feet away from the glacier, because you have nothing around you blocking your views, full window views, and you're up above the ship and the waterways. It really makes for some fantastic photographs, so don't forget your camera. So as you can see, the Ovation of the Sea has a lot of pluses for going to Alaska. They have a lot of balcony areas, a wide selection of staterooms, good dining, lots of entertainment, lots of things to do on the ship. But some of the drawbacks, this size ship does seem to get overcrowded sometimes. They pack a lot of people onto this cruise ship. And if you're into an area like Glacier Bay, where everyone wants to see the glaciers, the top decks can just seem like you're in a huge crowd waiting for Disney World to open. So prepare yourselves for that. Also at peak times, the dining and the entertainment venues can seem to get overwhelming with long lines. They do their best, and most of the times things move pretty smoothly, but you should be aware of that situation. And also if you're a runner, a lot of people like to exercise and run on a cruise ship. Well, if you notice, the Ovation's running track is actually between lounge chairs areas. Lounge chairs to the left of you, lounge chairs to the right of you. And during a busy sea day, if you're trying to run and people are lounging outside on a sunny day and standing around and talking to, you can see how that would completely interfere with your run. You'll be moving around and in and out of people, and a lot of runners I know who do the 2 or 3 miles, 5 miles a day on the cruise ship to stay fit. They hate that the track is not separated from where it is. So that's another downfall there. So it is kind of a hit and miss in some venues, but it is a fantastic ship. It's a nice ship. One of the things though is, let's go with and see what people actually are saying about it. I brought up the cruise critic, and you can see the cruise critics score themselves, the reviewers and the editors give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. However, when you look at the actual reviews, out of 500 and some reviews, it only has a 3-star rating. When you look at 5 stars, you see 135 stars, you see 135 4 stars. 3 stars, which is an average rating, drops it down to 106, then 109 for 4 stars, and finally 55 for 1 star. And if you separate them, saying a 4 and a 5 are really good reviews, a 3, 2, and a 1 are bad reviews, there are 265 4 and 5 star reviews and 270 average to poor reviews. So take that with what you will, but a lot of those reviews were when the ship was still in China. And it was set up a little differently, and it was set up for the Asian market. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about this cruise. Myself, I would give it a shot if you're looking for a large ship. You have the Blizz, you have the Joy, you have the Royal, you have the Ovation. Those are the largest ships right now sailing to Alaska. I don't see anything wrong with this ship other than the crowds can be immense, but the amount of entertainment, the great entertainment, the amount of specialty restaurants can just make the cruise so much easier, especially if you happen to run into some really bad weather. Well, I hope you liked this review on the Ovation of the Seas. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.